Hello everyone, today we're going to be trying to beat the AI easy while playing blindfolded, and it's going to be quite tricky. I had 2 or 3 practice runs before this already, so I had somewhat of a strategy, and my main strategy consisted of the first building that I want to click should be the nexus. And I figured I always spawn somewhat in the middle, so I immediately set a camera hotkey, and as we can see here, this didn't really work out. right, right now I'm still just trying to click for the nexus, because without the nexus, A, I don't really have the main point where I want to start building from, and B, I can't really build any workers. So now I click the nexus, and I hear the audio cue of the nexus. So I start building workers. I should have immediately centered on the nexus with Control F, what I do here. Control F and F1. So now I have the correct camera hotkey, and I start a pylon as soon as possible. The moment you start a pylon, you have one probe that is idling. You can use this with your idle probe hotkey. I started using the building a bit too fast before the pylon even finished, which was a mistake. Now I'm patiently waiting for the pylon to finish. First gateway goes down, which is good. I click it immediately and put it in a hotkey. There we go. The problem is sometimes you're not sure whether you selected the building or not. Oh, gonna go for another gateway. And I throw that one in a hotkey as well, I hope. No, I missed it. I actually didn't get it in a hotkey. Here we go. Yep, now I get it in a hotkey. I try to get another gateway. As you can see, I'm struggling a little bit. Completely on the wrong side. New pylon. And I kind of stopped building workers altogether as well, which probably is a mistake. I'm not the biggest fan of not building workers. I think I should have had at least 16, especially with the amount of workers that I'm probably gonna idle, because I can't really send them back to mine. So now I hear my pylon finish, and I want to build another gateway. I'm very careful, but also really bad at this. There we go. Get that gateway. And I managed to click it as well. So the reason why I go back from the nexus to the gateway is because sometimes I'm not sure what the audio cue is. And I'm really afraid of accidentally putting the nexus in the same control group as my gateways. So yeah, I'm really, really careful. Here I start looking for a chrono boost. I don't get it. Instead, I'm gonna go for a couple of pylons. I'm getting slightly frustrated, and I start thinking about what I want to do. A lot of this is just spent listening to the audio cues, or actually just thinking what I should be doing next. So I have my F2 hotkey, which is really important because it selects all the army, and then I can turn all that army into another hotkey. So my goal here is to just build as many zealots as possible. This is my plan, build as many zealots as possible, and move across the map. Now, right now I'm trying to figure out if I spawned bottom right or bottom left. I thought I already spawned bottom right. And here I'm like, okay, I think I'm bottom right, but I'm not entirely sure yet if I figured it out here. Like, the weird thing is when you're blindfolded is that you kind of start second guessing yourself. So very often at the start I figured out already in like the other games I played as well where I was, and then midway through all of a sudden I would kind of forget if I was bottom right or top left, and I would have to go for it again. So, because I don't know why that is, but for whatever reason, I would kind of trick myself into like, no way, you're actually bottom right. And here I wasn't sure anymore either. At this point, I probably want to consider moving out on the map as well. I really am strongly considering it. I'm thinking, perhaps there is something here. I was trying to select probes here, obviously, not zealots. Zealots I can easily select by just another couple of nice chrono boosts. Love to see it. I can just easily select by using F2 my zealots. The main thing that actually really surprised me while doing these games is how bad it feels. Okay, here I'm looking, I think, for my opponent. So I know that I spawned, or I think I know I spawned bottom right. Oh, here I'm doing the test actually. So at first I go bottom left, and then I see if I can still hear any sounds. Now I'm moving into my main base. And I'm like, hey, I still hear mining sounds. See, I not even. I type, I am bottom right. More as a way to myself to remember. If I type it out. Can't remember that I typed that as well. Nice. I did forget, yeah. It's very easy to forget these things for whatever reason. When you don't see anything and you don't get any confirmation. So now that I figured out that I am bottom right, my plan is to move to the top left. And in order to do that, I figured I just go to the very top left of the map. Then slowly with the middle scroll wheel. Oh my god, I actually got this completely correct. And now I start praying. And just continue building zealots. I'm not supply block yet, which is pretty nice, I have to admit. The problem is, now that I'm walking across map, you guys can't really see it, but there's 3 zealots chasing a probe on the mini-map somewhere right now, because I just move them straight across the map. I also can't control my units, obviously, and so I'm just kind of sitting here, waiting to kind of hope that I hear something, and for now, I'm not really hearing much of anything, honestly, and it's worrying me. It's also crazy, because you don't know how long something lasts. Okay, now I heard we embrace the glory of battle, but I thought that actually was just something that a zealot said once he popped out of the gateway. Now I heard noises and I was like, hey, I think I'm fighting. This sounds good. But I didn't know what it was. Like, I just didn't know what type of fighting this was. In my mind, I never actually had a big fight. Like, in my mind, I just killed 2 or 3 probes here. I didn't know that I lost all of my zealots. I thought I still had a big zealot army and I just clicked them incorrectly. Which is really weird, because seeing this and now hearing it back, it's so obvious that there was just a big fight. I heard loads of noises. I lost all of my units. But in my mind, at this point, I'm at like 85 to 90 supply with a crap ton of zealots. So I'm just looking to go with another F2A move. I'm like, okay, I have like about 30 zealots left or something like that. I need to go kill my opponent. So I'm just looking for my opponent's base. It's so weird to see this back, actually, because I'm completely wrong. Like, I just had absolutely no clue what was happening. I'm so unaware of it at all. Now I hear that my minerals are mining out. I'm like, crap, that sucks, because no way in hell I'm going to be able to get a natural going. Here, once again, I'm going to try to go into my opponent's main base because I haven't heard any sounds yet. So I'm like, okay, if I haven't heard any sounds yet, that probably means that my zealots messed up. Once again, I get a semi-correct click. And I'm not hearing any noises. I didn't think that we would start fighting at the natural. So I'm like, okay, I probably misclicked again. Because don't forget, at this point, I still think I haven't had a single fight yet. And now I once again hear nothing. I didn't hear any battle sounds. I didn't hear nothing. So, yeah, in my mind, I'm just, well, what is this, you know? This freaking sucks. And I'm just waiting for my zealots to arrive. And they're not arriving. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, I think I waited for at least 30 seconds at this point. So, as you can see, I'm still losing more zealots. I'm like, well, this is weird. I wonder what's best to do now. So once again, I'm going to go look for my opponent's main base. I know that if I just use the corner of the map, I can get pretty close to it. And once again, I click kind of in the dead space. I see that I'm being a little bit too careful in general as well with my mouse movement. I'm too afraid of touching the edges, because if you touch the edges with your mouse, you'll obviously start going ham, and it'll be very difficult to remember where you went. So this technically is my 3rd attack, and now I should have done this earlier. I decided to use the camera follow. This way, no matter what happens with them, I will just be able to hear what happens with them. So, oh, now I hear noises, and it surprises me. I'm like, hey, these are noises. I start building more zealots, and I'm still following the zealots, but the wrong side. And now I also get attacked at home. So you can see the pure confusion in the movement of my head. I'm using the headphone mode, so I'm trying to listen where the sound is coming from. I'm having a very difficult time as well. Now I accidentally clicked the resource menu. I'm trying to A-move my zealots, but I don't have zealots left. And now I realize that I'm probably dead. This is the look of pure confusion, ladies and gentlemen. I tap out here. And now let's see what I have to say about this game, just after the moment. Nice noise, Kevin. Good job, buddy. This honestly was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Holy crap. That was insane. I felt like I was doing quite well. I felt I had a lot of units. Okay, so this all went well. Exactly how I wanted it to. After a while I got supply blocked. Ah, okay, I was so... Oh wait, I chased him? I wanted to send these across the map. But I guess I didn't, or what? Look how many zealots I have. I have a big army. Where did they go? Oh, they started chasing a probe? Was I correct in where they went? I just didn't hear any fighting noises. So I thought it hadn't worked. That's unfortunate. Okay, we at least had a fight. Dude, this is so ridiculously difficult. It's actually insane. I think versus an easy AI, I might be capable of doing it though. Oh my god, I'm just completely out of it. What a freaking game. This was very tricky. I did manage to get the A moves in though where I wanted to. I clicked my nexus pretty quickly. I had worker saturation. I managed to build pylons. Overall, I'm not actually too upset. I think I should be capable of doing this if I just macro a little bit better. I need to get some good units as well somehow, but holy crap. Alright, that's gonna be it for now. I'm completely mentally drained. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. It was an interesting experience for sure. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll hope to see you all next time for a new video. Bye bye.